Have you ever noticed that temples and shopping malls are built by the same rules? High ceilings, dimmed lights, music you didn't choose, ritual, repetition, the feeling of something greater. What if I told you that your morning coffee and your evening Netflix, it's not just a habit, it's the soft power of the oldest and most dangerous intellectual special forces in history. The Jesuit Order, they understood this before anyone else. They're called soldiers of God, but they didn't build empires by force. Their weapons were intellect, education, and presence wherever decisions are made. They built the world with ideas, and the most dangerous idea they ever had sounds like this. Reality belongs to whoever teaches the children. The Jesuits were the first to understand. If you want to take over the world, you don't need tanks. You need schools. Whoever controls the past controls the future. Year 1534, a group of Spaniards creates a new order. Officially, the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits. Unofficially, the most dangerous intellectual machine in history. Their weapon, not swords, schools. They taught the children of emperors, the advisors of kings, future revolutionaries, not by seizing the throne, but by teaching those who would sit on it. Today they run 189 universities, from Georgetown to Manila. Their graduates are the ones who write the laws you follow, make the films you watch, build the algorithms that decide what you'll see tomorrow morning. They even have a black pope, the superior general, a man in a black cassock, whose power is never advertised. But sounds frighteningly logical, doesn't it? The Jesuits are everywhere. In your burger, in your smartphone, in your education. You're already Googling Black Pope, aren't you? Or screenshotting this to send a friend. See, I always knew something was off. But before you start deleting accounts and throwing out Big Macs, let's ask one question. Why do we want to believe this so badly? Why does it feel better to think the world is run by a Black Pope than to admit it's run by chaos and ignorance? Because to understand that, we need to look into the darkest place in the universe. Not the basements of the Vatican, our own minds. Our brain is the most powerful pattern detector in the world. A million years ago, your ancestor stood in the grass and heard this. Two options. Think that's a tiger. Be wrong. Survive. Or think that's just the wind. And become dinner. Guess whose genes you inherited? We are the descendants of paranoids. Hardwired with one program. Better to see a conspiracy that isn't there than to miss a real danger. This is apophenia, the ability to see patterns where none exist. We see faces in power outlets, signs in license plates, messages in advertisements. And here's the trick. It's safer to believe the world is run by an evil genius than to admit the truth, that the world is a chaotic, uncontrollable mess of random events where no one actually knows what they're doing. Let's do some math. By some estimates of esoteric channels and shows, 1 in every 10,000 people has psychic abilities, which means that right now, in this shopping mall, There are at least 5 people capable of reading minds. Question: why hasn't any of them predicted that checkout lane 3 would break down, or that your milk at home runs out tomorrow morning? Not because magic doesn't work. No, because we love the idea of magic more than magic itself. It makes us special. The real conspiracy isn't something hidden from us. It's something lying in plain sight that we simply don't notice. Something that might make you question the nature of reality itself. Let's talk about money, borders, and why they don't actually exist. Astronauts say one strange thing. From up there, you can't see borders. No red lines, no walls. Birds don't see them. Viruses don't notice them. Borders exist in only one place, in the universe, inside the human skull. We all agreed that this piece of land is one country, and 1 meter further, it's already another. We invented rules that say, you need a passport just to walk from one field to the next. Who decided that? Dead kings, generals, and diplomats in dusty wigs, hundreds of years ago. We're just continuing to play their game, because if we all stop believing at once, the system collapses in a second. And money? It's just paper, or numbers on a server, in a bank, somewhere in Ireland. By itself, it has no value. You can't eat it, or build a house from it. This is collective belief, the greatest conspiracy of trust. We all agreed that this little piece of paper is worth 10 meals. And as long as we all believe that, Jesuits, shareholders, baristas, and you, it works. But if a few people in big offices simply change their minds, your savings turn to confetti overnight. The real magic doesn't happen at Hogwarts. It happens in central banks. Yuval Noah Harari once wrote, "Any large-scale human cooperation is rooted in shared myths." 2 Catholics can go on a crusade together because they both believe the same story. 2 strangers can work at Google because they both believe in Google. But none of this exists anywhere except in our heads. In reality, there are no nations, no corporations, no money. There are only stories we tell each other. So who really runs the world? The Jesuits? Corporations? The Masons? Or us, trapped inside the cage of our own agreements? The secret world government isn't a group of people in robes. It's the ideas we agreed to believe in. We live inside an imagined reality built by our ancestors, and we carefully guard its walls. And here's what's truly terrifying. These walls hold only as long as we all simultaneously say, "The Emperor has no clothes." We all live inside stories we tell ourselves. The only question is, are you choosing your story? Or is it choosing you? So welcome to the conspiracy you've been part of since the day you were born. This video is also fiction, like everything else. The question isn't whether it's real. The question is what you decide to believe. Tomorrow morning, you just watched a story about systems that run on belief. This channel runs on the same principle. It exists only as long as you think it's worth existing. Subscribe to Parallax Lab. Nothing is neutral, including this button.